surprised at all. It's who he is. It's who he is. I've always thought that he's a horrible person, and this is every bit of proof.
Yep. To help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that.
Floyd Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that didn't happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right?
In a surprising moment, Floyd Mayweather was seen crying during a live broadcast. This emotional reaction came after Leonard Ellerbe, a close associate of Mayweather, reportedly leaked documents that suggest the undefeated boxer might be heading toward bankruptcy.
And the business model that he put out there, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Okay. But it's a business model. These fighters aspire to be great, but they also aspire for shit money.
The emotional moment left fans shocked, as Mayweather, famous for his flashy lifestyle and image of financial power, has always seemed untouchable when it comes to money. If the leaked documents are accurate, it could change how people see the former champion and spark serious questions about the true price of living such a high-profile life.
Like some confusion, is Tank a Mayweather Promotions fighter still? Is he not? What is his his involvement with Mayweather Promotions, or is it just all still PBC, Al Heyman?
Yeah, Tank is not signed to Mayweather Promotions.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's not signed to Mayweather Promotions. His contract ran out.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But as I always say, contracts don't define relationships.
Yeah. Mayweather Jr. is more than just a boxer. He's often considered the greatest defensive fighter in history and one of the most successful businessmen in sports. Born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Mayweather turned professional in 1996 and built a career that any athlete would envy. Known for his speed, intelligence, and incredible defense, he retired undefeated with a perfect 50-0 record. What truly set Mayweather apart, though, was his ability to turn his name into a brand. Through smart promotions, especially with his company, Mayweather Promotions, and high-profile fights against stars like Manny Pacquiao and Conor McGregor, he earned over $1 billion throughout his career. Flaunting his wealth without apology, he adopted the nickname Money Mayweather and transformed it into a global icon. Private jets, diamond-encrusted watches, and million-dollar shopping sprees became his trademarks, making him a living symbol of luxury and success. But, like many stories of extreme wealth, there's often a darker side lurking behind the glittering surface.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd, where we leave in the club 3-4 in the morning, and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him, and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
How much is it? $1.8 million. $1.8 million watch. $1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
That happy birthday, champ. That's how we do it. That's sick, dude. You gotta show him what he's saying.
Money Green.
No, hold on. This watch was made specifically for champ Floyd Money Mayweather. One piece. My team. Can you see that? Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million. One of
Mayweather Promotions, founded by the legendary Floyd Mayweather Jr., quickly became a powerhouse in the boxing world. With Mayweather's unparalleled success in the ring and global fame as the backbone, the company built a unique identity focused on fighter empowerment and big money matchups. Leonard Ellerbe, the former CEO, played a key role in taking the brand to new heights. Under his leadership, Mayweather Promotions was behind some of the most iconic and profitable fights in boxing history. One of their biggest achievements was the 2015 Mayweather vs. Manny Pacquiao fight, which broke pay-per-view records and generated over $600 million in revenue. Then, in 2017, the crossover megafight between Mayweather and UFC star Conor McGregor added to the company's legacy, bringing in more than 4 million PPV buys. These events didn't just make massive profits, they also attracted global attention, firmly establishing the Mayweather brand as a symbol of spectacle and success.
17-0 in 12-round fights.
Like he tried to get Pacquiao out of here.
Exactly. Power entered the ring. He didn't get off to his fastest start.
One time he gets ready.
Gets him into the corner.
Less using the jab as a not more than a rangefinder because it landed to land at the ropes. He wheels off those.
Mayweather sets in his mind that he wants to do, he can do.
Mayweather, because they felt that he was the obstacle to getting the fight made.
He couldn't fight as he did against Margarito, much slower.
Came in not really as up on point like Floyd was, and he got way different. A way different
outcome without the tactical ammunition to open up Mayweather. And in Grand Rapids, Las Vegas.
Leonard Ellerbe's time as CEO of Mayweather Promotions was marked by his sharp business sense, strategic vision, and deep knowledge of boxing. Under his leadership, the company not only achieved financial success but also became a platform for rising stars in the sport. One of his standout success stories was Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Discovered and developed by the Mayweather-Ellerbe team, Davis went from a promising talent to a global pay-per-view star. His exciting knockouts, captivating personality, and undefeated record made him a household name. Much of that success is attributed to Ellerbe's hands-on approach and skillful promotion.
You know, he the one told Frank that I was running at 7 o'clock in the morning, Friday. He told Frank that. He was giving Frank tips and stuff like that. But I knew for sure that wasn't going to be enough to beat me. It's cool. It's all right. I don't really think too much of it. He's not going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So it's good to be with him than be cool with him because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situations.
When Leonard Ellerbe officially left Mayweather Promotions, it sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, who had already been voicing frustration with his promotional direction, didn't hold back. In interviews and social media posts, Davis made it clear he felt misled and underappreciated during his time with the company. He suggested that, toward the end, both Ellerbe and Mayweather were more focused on the business side of things rather than developing fighters. The split revealed growing tensions within the once solid Mayweather Promotions team, showing that even the most successful partnerships in boxing can experience behind-the-scenes struggles.
Hi there and welcome to Jam's Boxing Chat. This is just a quick one that the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerbe, has left his role with immediate effect. He's been replaced by Richard Schaefer. God knows what's going on in the Mayweather camp, but I'm sure we'll find out soon.
Amid the shocking multi-million-dollar scam allegations, new reports are emerging that suggest Floyd Mayweather may actually be bankrupt, a revelation that only adds fuel to the already heated controversy. The whispers about his financial troubles are no longer just rumors, they're being echoed by figures within the combat sports world. One of the most eye-opening claims came from former UFC fighter and current analyst Chael Sonnen, known for speaking his mind. Sonnen dropped a bombshell, suggesting that the highly publicized Mayweather vs. McGregor super fight, often hailed as one of the most profitable events in sports history, might not have been as successful as it seemed. According to Sonnen, the spectacle was built on smoke and mirrors. He alleged that many of the empty seats in the arena were secretly filled with people dressed as fans to create the illusion of a sold-out venue. As someone who attended and covered the event, Sonnen didn't hold back, calling out the PR stunt orchestrated by Mayweather's team.
So, I mean, it's such two big draws. They promoted it so
it's
well.
All anybody's talking about.
Yeah, there's still a number.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how big a draw is, there's still a number. If this guy got 100 million, this guy got 100 million, then you got to advertise it, promote it. You got to bring
It's the guarantees that kill everything. If they were just getting percentages, then obviously everybody would.
You're saying the seats were empty. I can understand it not making the money, but the seats being empty seems
peculiar.
Yeah, and there's nothing in the world where you have a pay-per-view hit that didn't have a live audience hit. Like if your live audience is your first focus group, isn't sold out, you didn't do pay-per-view numbers.
Sure.
But boxing will still claim that to this day. They still to this day claim that that's number one. And if you want to be the biggest pay-per-view in boxing history, all you have to do is claim it.
The downfall of Floyd Mayweather seemed to begin when Leonard Ellerbe, his longtime friend, advisor, and former CEO of Mayweather Promotions, officially stepped down. Ellerbe wasn't just a business partner. He was the mastermind behind many of Mayweather's most profitable ventures outside the ring. For years, he handled negotiations, organized events, and helped maintain the powerful Money brand. His work allowed Mayweather to focus on boxing while still profiting from every aspect of his name. Ellerbe's resignation was more than just a business split, it marked the beginning of a slow collapse of the empire they built together. Without his strategic leadership and deep understanding of the fight industry, cracks began to show in Mayweather's operations. Promotions lost their spark, new fighters started distancing themselves from the brand, and rumors of financial mismanagement started to spread. Inside sources claimed that Floyd struggled to manage the logistics and decision-making that Ellerbe had once handled. Without his trusted right-hand man to guide him, Mayweather's empire began to lose its direction.
So how do I say goodbye? Someone who's been with me.
Whispers within boxing circles started to intensify as rumors of internal conflict at Mayweather Promotions turned into full-blown speculation. Behind the glitzy exterior, sources close to the situation suggested that Leonard Ellerbe hadn't voluntarily stepped down but had actually been quietly pushed out. While no official statements confirmed this theory, Floyd Mayweather's silence on the matter only fueled the fire. Known for his bold personality and his knack for controlling the narrative, Mayweather's decision to stay quiet was highly unusual, raising a lot of questions throughout the industry.
I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore and he wanted to stay in Vegas. And the story I was told at that time was that Floyd gave Gervonta one of his penthouses or one of his apartments in the Palms Hotel, and he said, "This is your apartment. I'll furnish it for you." He got him a Jeep. At the time, Gervonta was not a world champion. He got him like a Jeep, a 4x4. You know, he basically said, "I'll make it comfortable for you. I don't want you to go to Baltimore. I want you to stay here. I don't think Baltimore is the place for you," you know? And what I was told was Gervonta sold all the furniture, sold the Jeep, and went back to Baltimore and bought a Benz. You know, with that's what I was. For real? That's what I was told at the time. So
when Leonard Ellerbe stepped down as CEO of Mayweather Promotions, the company needed someone with both experience and vision to keep its place at the top of the boxing world. Richard Schaefer, the former CEO of Golden Boy Promotions, emerged as the strongest candidate for the role. Schaefer's appointment was seen as a strategic move, given his vast experience and success in promoting high-profile events, like the legendary Mayweather vs. De La Hoya fight. His deep industry connections and sharp negotiation skills made him an ideal choice to navigate Mayweather Promotions through uncertain times. However, despite his impressive background, Schaefer faced a major challenge. Ellerbe had been more than just a business partner to Floyd Mayweather. He was a trusted confidant who helped transform Mayweather Promotions into a global powerhouse. The timing of Ellerbe's departure seemed to align closely with the growing tension between Mayweather and Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Once seen as the future of Mayweather Promotions, Davis had become increasingly vocal about his dissatisfaction with how he was being promoted. He repeatedly aired his grievances on social media, calling out both the company and Mayweather directly. Some insiders believe Davis's rising influence may have created a rift between Ellerbe and Mayweather. Given that Ellerbe played a key role in developing Davis's career, he may have found himself caught in the middle of a power struggle between mentor and protege. Ultimately, this tension could have played a significant role in the breakdown of the once powerful alliance that was central to Mayweather Promotions.
He owes a bunch of gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the, what do you call it, the basketball game. This is Floyd in Dubai. Yeah. Uh-huh. Because there's a lot of people out here that think just because people are flashing money means that they have money. It's so backwards. You just don't understand how backwards it is, okay? Because when you earn it, you, like I said, you don't want nobody to know you got it. But here's the thing, if Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there? If Floyd had money, don't you think the money would have already been transferred there?
Floyd Mayweather's relationship with Gervonta "Tank" Davis was filled with tension both inside and outside the ring. Their feud played out publicly, with Mayweather expressing frustration over Davis's behavior and commitment to the sport. In one tweet, Davis even called Floyd a expletive, though he later deleted it. Despite the rift, Leonard Ellerbe continued to support Davis, believing in his potential and seeing him as the future of boxing. But long before Floyd became the larger-than-life Money Mayweather, signs of financial trouble were already lurking beneath the surface. Reports revealed that Mayweather was facing serious jail time due to unpaid taxes, an unexpected twist for someone who constantly bragged about being the highest-paid athlete in the world. In a desperate attempt to avoid prison, he reportedly borrowed $2 million just to cover part of his IRS debt. This wasn't the action of a financial genius, it looked more like someone trying to maintain an image while struggling to stay afloat. At one point, Mayweather's tax bill had ballooned to a staggering $22.2 million, a figure that painted a bleak picture of his finances. For someone who flaunted piles of cash and millions in jewelry, that kind of debt raised a lot of questions. It suggested that his spending habits may have far outpaced his earnings, or at least his financial planning. It was a harsh reality for fans who had bought into the Money Mayweather persona. Perhaps the empire Floyd built wasn't as invincible as it appeared, and his Money nickname might have been more about illusion than reality.
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
In the latest and perhaps most damaging blow to Floyd Mayweather's reputation, he is now facing multiple scam allegations that could tear apart what's left of his once glorious empire. At the center of these controversies is a shocking $42 million property scam that has shaken both the boxing and business worlds. Reports suggest that Mayweather was allegedly involved in a fraudulent real estate investment scheme where investors were promised huge returns on luxury developments that either never existed or failed to come to fruition. The alleged scam saw investors being misled into pouring millions into properties supposedly backed or promoted by Mayweather's name and brand. Victims claim they were shown fake documents, doctored financial projections, and even fabricated blueprints, all designed to give the appearance of legitimacy. Mayweather's public association with the project helped attract high-profile investors, many of whom now feel betrayed. The controversy didn't end there. When Floyd Mayweather made headlines for donating generously to homeless shelters in Los Angeles, many saw it as a rare example of him giving back to the community. But that admiration quickly turned to suspicion. Shortly after the donations were reported, Mayweather posted a series of Instagram photos showing himself enjoying the high life in Dubai, right at the same time the donations were supposedly made. The contradiction between his social media activities and the timeline of the donations raised doubts. Was this a poorly timed attempt to fix his image amid growing financial scandals? If so, it backfired, casting doubt on his sincerity and further damaging his credibility. The situation took an even darker turn when Gervonta Davis, once a mentee of Mayweather, made a stunning claim. According to Davis, Mayweather wasn't traveling the world as he had led people to believe, but was allegedly held hostage in Dubai due to unpaid debts. These debts were reportedly linked to luxury jewelry and items that Mayweather had failed to pay for. Davis's bold accusation sent shockwaves through the boxing world, amplifying the growing doubts about Mayweather's financial stability and integrity. What started as a small controversy quickly escalated into a full-blown scandal.
Now this comes amid, rumors of Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai because he owes people money. And, these are coming from trustworthy sources, Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, people who know about Floyd Mayweather's inner life. But back to TMZ. So they reported Floyd Mayweather was courtside for last night's pivotal Clippers versus Mavericks game, but before money got to the arena, he was handing it out, blessing 3 homeless men with $30K. Now, there are no pictures, there is no video of this happening, but there is an official TMZ article, and TMZ usually gets it right. TMZ also said, we're told Mayweather began talking to the guys and decided he wanted to help, so he busted out his backpack and blessed each guy with 10 racks. I don't want to show my face, but Floyd just gave us $30,000, Reynolds, one of the men, said after receiving the gift.
Leonard Ellerbe played a crucial role in transforming Mayweather Promotions into a major force in the boxing world during his time as CEO. Not only did he help promote some of the sport's most iconic fights, like the record-breaking Mayweather vs. Pacquiao showdown, but he was also key in developing fighters such as Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Under Ellerbe's guidance, Davis went from a promising prospect to a pay-per-view star, solidifying his place as one of boxing's brightest talents. Ellerbe's leadership, combined with his deep understanding of the business side of boxing, helped Mayweather Promotions dominate the industry for years. When Ellerbe decided to step down, the company expressed sincere gratitude for his remarkable contributions. In a statement, they acknowledged his choice to leave in order to spend more time with his family and loved ones. However, in a candid interview, Ellerbe shared his concerns about Floyd Mayweather's future. While he recognized Mayweather's legendary career, he also warned that any unexpected misstep or event could jeopardize the reputation Floyd had worked so hard to build. Ellerbe expressed worry that, without the right leadership and direction, Mayweather could risk tarnishing his status in the boxing world, potentially becoming a figure of ridicule rather than a revered champion.
What are your thoughts on Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo going back and forth? I know you kind of told Oscar off yourself in the last press conference you was in with.
I don't really, I was obviously here. Oscar is just being Oscar. But Canelo has a lot of knowledge and a lot of information. I do know that. And Pandora's box is probably opened up.
Right.
It's probably anything goes now.
Right. Yeah, I was reading the translation of what he said. I was like, oh, he said all of that. I was shocked. Yeah. So my final question to you is, I was talking to some other people in the media. Who do you think will win in their prime at maybe middleweight? Canelo versus Oscar De La Hoya?
A lot of people have asked me that. I'm not a fan of the mythical matchups. Yeah.